Good morning again. This is my third video. This is going to be really short though. I posted a positive video about the problems I've had with this Samsung S22 Ultra. And I indeed had the same problem occur once I had endorsed it as having been resolved. So I was in error. This matter's not resolved. Yesterday, when I plugged in the phone to tether it to my computer, the alarm went off. I pulled the cable out. I reversed it. It went off again. I kept reversing the cable almost a half a dozen times before finally the charges equalized and it stopped giving me an alarm, and it allowed me to tether my computer and give my phone a small charge from the computer USB port. So it's not resolved. I don't know what's going on with his cell phones. I believe it's in the Android system itself, because that's the warning that comes up as an Android system warning. However, I've also heard from a T-Mobile personnel that her iPhone has done the same thing to her. So the problem continues. It's not resolved. Would I recommend these phones? No, I wouldn't. Not at this point. There's a few deficiencies. If you're going to have an Ultra phone, it should have all the bells and whistles. I want an input jack for my headset microphone. I want a physical wire hooking them up. I don't want to be strapped to using Bluetooth and having a lesser, inferior audio quality. It's discriminatory against those of us who are hard of hearing, for one. I also would like to see the stylus on the right side of the phone, since the majority of people across the entire world, regardless of culture, race, ethnicity, or gender, are right-handed. Dominant hand is the right hand. I'd like to see it on the right-hand side. I would also like to see a few other things on these phones. You call it the Ultra, but then you strap us with a smaller battery. Okay, give us the 6 instead of the 5. Give us the 6 mega amp, whatever it is, battery compared to the 5. The iPhone's got the 5, got the 6. Why can't the ultimate Samsung phone, the top of the line, have the 6? I'd like to see it be a little bit more efficient so the batteries didn't run out quite as much. I don't know what else to tell you. I think it's a pretty good phone. I just have to tell you the truth, that this problem with that false alert, that inability to tether the phone or to charge it up in a regular charger, it's still going on. And it appears to be some sort of charge that accumulates on the cable somehow. And when I keep on plugging in and don't give up, it'll finally get rid of that charge. So there's something wrong in the system itself, in the hardware most likely, or at least in the firmware, it's happening in iPhones as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was at the chip level. Well, folks, one of the reasons why I wanted to buy the high-end phone was to make good videos, and I think I've got a good camera here for sure. I don't know if I'm making any good videos, but I'm trying. I also wanted to be able to get the best phone I could before all this crap hits the fan, because I don't think they're going to be able to make good cell phones in the near future. I think this will become a rarity and an oddity. Things are going to be coming to a standstill in this culture across the world. The people, the devil, and the devil's children own this planet, and they've owned it for a long time, and they've been running it for a long time. Nobody knows how long. We could take a guess, 12,000 years. We could take a guess 6,500 years. Another guess is 50,000 years. Another guess is 70,000 years. We just don't know how long the devil and his children have been running this planet. But they definitely own it. They own everything, including us. Yes, we're all bought and sold. They're trading us as commodities on the stock exchange. They misuse us terribly, and you're not free, not at all. and you aren't a free man. I don't know where there is freedom in this planet at this point, but it certainly isn't in the United States of America. Now, they make us look free, it appears free, but at the highest levels, they've got us sit down as bonded slaves. They're taking advantage of us. It's a giant system's a giant fraud, just really big. The social insurance was a big fraud. Social Securities Commission was a big fraud. The banking system's fraudulent. The mortgages are all fraudulent. I mean, these things are set up as financial instruments, but they're really just means of theft. They're means of keeping you and I oppressed. We don't have money in this country anymore. They took the money away quite a while ago. Woodrow Wilson gave it up. You should read what Woodrow Wilson wrote. He said that he was the most unhappy man because he had destroyed his nation, a once great nation. He wrote about that more than 100 years ago. They blackmailed him into it. Mrs. Peck must have been quite a hottie because he got in trouble over Mrs. Peck. But I think Mr. Peck was in on it too. They set the man up so they could take over the whole country. And so today we might as well admit that we are owned lock, stock, and barrel by the Rothschilds and their fellow wolves that predate upon the rest of us. Okay, so much for just being the phone problem. I got on my soapbox again. Y'all have a good day.